maybe. There we go. Hey everybody, happy Friday. Today is Friday, March 16th, the day before St. Patrick's Day, which is why I'm wearing the outfit I'm wearing. That's not why I'm wearing the outfit I'm wearing. But that's why Yvonne is in green. And we have a wonderful audience member, Diane Bourne, who's helping us with the show. She is here live and having a cocktail. See, that's what you miss if you don't come watch the show live. Hopefully nobody cares that it's allegedly she's drinking a vodka gimlet. But we're here today. I'm super excited about today because we have been planning this, brainstorming this, talking about... Here we are, we're back.
We're back.
Rick Garcia, you never know citrus clubs with their Wi-Fi, so just bear with us. We have somebody here helping us. But we're in a different room today. Happy Friday. Stacy's on. Wow, Stacy's watching. Okay, so anyway, so we have big announcements. We have been, I have brainstormed. I've been working on stuff. Yvonne has been kind enough to come and kind of interview me and talk about the stuff. She is a big help to me. And so when I had this idea, she's like, oh my God, yes, you should do it. And we have a lot of ideas that we have that we're going to talk about today. But I wanted to share. So obviously Yvonne is in green because tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. And I'm in my favorite little Dia de los Muertos jacket, which is Day of the Dead. And there's a reason for that. I love this jacket for one, but secondly, Day of the Dead, part of the wonderful celebration that they do in Mexico with Day of the Dead is they have ofrendas, which are altars, and the altars are not built for sacrifice. They're built for inviting the dead back into the living and experiencing all the wonderful things that the living do. And so part of this program launch and part of what we're going to be talking about today, I felt like I've been in a fog, and until I really discovered the show, and the show really has helped me focus. It's given me some purpose and some direction. And so some of the plans and the programs that we have kind of ties into that. So I'm very, very excited today for you to be here and for Diane to be here and for you all to be here. So let us know you can hear us or see us. We've had some technical difficulties all morning. You can't miss my jacket. I know somebody could see it from space. But it's really all about you guys being able to hear us and see us. So thank you for coming on, Yvonne.
Well, thank you for having me.
See, I mean...
now, you have to really tell me why did you pick show number 139?
Okay, good. So I did. Oh, we both look fab. Thank you, Carmen. See, I can read it from there. So 139, I was going to try to go with an even number, but I know numbers are so important. I believe numbers are important. And so I looked up Chinese astrology, or numerology, I'm sorry. And 1 is kind of an auspicious number, meaning it doesn't go either way, but it's usually what you get when you get an award, number 1. If you can Google this or Wikipedia it. 3 is the number for life, life-giving, which is sort of the theme of today. And then 9 is the emperor's number, which is the powerful number. Purple is a powerful color, which Diane mentioned earlier. And so that's why I picked 139. I said I'm not going to go for 140 or wait till 145. I think 139 is a great way to celebrate what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, fantastic.
So, and the show and the history.
And the show, yes, absolutely. So a lot of people today, we're going to turn the tables on Ted, and I'm going to be interviewing him because he does want to, we're going to get to your announcement. We're absolutely going to get there. But we want to talk about some other things before we get there. Okay. Because all of these things lead up to your big announcement.
That's right, my big announcement.
Big announcement.
It's funny, Stacy's watching and I haven't told her about my big announcement.
So if it's Stacy,
sorry.
This is top secret stuff.
It's been top secret I've been working on.
Have clearance.
And Marquez says I should try to look at you. So he's like, put the camera at a 45 degree and then have your eyes at 2/3. Mark, I tried. I at least got my eyes over the halfway mark. So I'm going to try to continue to make eye contact with Yvonne, because what Mark said, and I love Marquez, Mark said that if I look at you, then the audience will look at you and pay attention to you. And
I
so
think they're going to look at me either way, Mark.
Well, actually, they're a little bit distracted and blinded by my jacket and tie, and after that, they're totally going to look at you. So.
Oh, thank you. Well, so let's get down to
let's get to it. Let's do it. All right, I'm ready. I'm used to being the interviewer, though.
Well, you're going to have to roll with the punches. All
right, here we go.
So I want to ask you this because I happen to know the answer to this.
Oh, you do?
But I think I do.
I hope I do.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Secret talent.
Oh, my
What
secret.
this is secret. I don't know. Many of you know Ted quite well, but some of you do not know.
Who knew? So it's funny. So in all authenticity, vulnerability, and sharing, I had some ideas about some things that we could talk about, but I had no idea what Yvonne was going to ask. So you guys probably know I sing. That's my secret talent. I sing. I sang at my daughter's wedding. I sang at my own wedding, my reception here at the Citrus Club, believe it or not, 27 and plus years ago. And then I sang at the church for my daughter. I sang the Lord's Prayer. So I love to sing. I love karaoke. I love song trivia. I love you pick it. I love it. So music's super important to me.
So the big announcement is that Ted's album is dropping next week.
Me and Queen Bey are all over it.
That's it. They're just going to start touring. It's going to be awesome.
I'm going to start touring. Hey, babe, I'm going to start touring. Yay. She'll be like, as long as you make money, go for it. Make money. And I love that you still call it an album.
What?
I don't know. What is it called anymore? Digital something? I call it an album.
Well,
do the kids today call it an album?
You know,
we don't
old school.
know.
What do I know? Well, and this leads into another question that a lot of people know you, but how do you know so many people? How is that possible?
All right, so I get asked this question a lot, and you guys, please ask questions, by the way, if you're on. I saw a finger go up, not a middle finger, by the way. It was a thumbs up. Wow, this is what happens. You just never know. You know what? I hope they never get it for live. It's the floating middle finger. I get asked this a lot, and if you all have questions, please feel free to ask questions live. I call it a CD. Thanks, Tanette. Me too. CD. I mean, album. I still say 45. What's that all about? People don't even know what 45 means. Oh, yeah. Google what was the question again? How do I know so many people? Yeah. So I grew up here, and pretty much I was born in Jersey, but I've been down here since I was 11. So I've been super involved. I got my bachelor's degree here, my master's degree from UCF, went to Colonial High School, Liberty Middle School. Yeah. So I grew up here, and then I started getting involved, and I love Orlando. I love our community, and there are so many amazing people, and because of the boards I've served on, the committees I've served on, my membership at the Citrus Club, I just know a lot of people. Sometimes I forget a name, but I never forget a face, and there are so many wonderful people in our town, and I just continue to invite them, and who knows why, they continue to say yes, and come on the show and want to talk about their amazing stories. So people actually say, even my kids are like, you're going to run out of people. I'm not going to run out of people. Not a chance on the planet. I could be scheduled through June, July, and not even try. And we're already scheduled through April because there are so many people with an amazing story here in Orlando.
Well, I love that.
Thank you.
Well, here's a question, because we were just talking about this before we went on the air. A song that would make you cry.
A song that will make me cry.
Yeah.
Oh my God, everything makes me cry. There are a lot of songs that make me cry. I'm an old school, like Barry Manilow, Barbra Streisand kind of crooner, that era. I know Barbra Streisand would probably roll her eyes if I called her a crooner, but you know what I mean. Like The Way We Were, the songs that have emotion, that build up, have a lot of tempo, and then there's this crescendo of emotion. But I get emotional a lot when I hear music. Music's so important to me, and I think it is to a lot of people.
And how did you sing at your daughter's wedding without crying?
So there was a little booze, allegedly.
Liquid courage.
A little liquid courage. And what was crazy is when right before I had to sing, I had to go see her for the first time in her gown, and that's the picture you see of me I'm pointing to the teardrop, because when I need to, I can make a perfect teardrop come out of my eye.
That's a secret talent.
There's another secret talent. And so so I was like, Courtney, I'm literally getting choked up. I can't be choked up. Thanks, Rupert. I can't get choked up over this. And she's like, Daddy, you can't. So that was a running joke. But I went in. I asked them to not sing in front of the stage because I didn't want to be in front of the altar and sing. I wanted to be off to the side because I was afraid if I looked at her, I would bawl. And I just went to that place of, okay, you need to nail the Lord's Prayer. And I did it a cappella because I just felt like, well, first of all, I wanted them to hear me. And then second of all, I didn't want all that music stuff going on in the background because sometimes that can be distracting as a singer. So that's actually how it happened. Tanette said, name a famous Name a famous or your favorite person, living or deceased, that you would like to come on the TED Show. That is a great question, Tanette. So I think the number one person I would love to interview is Jesus. That's my thing. I would love to have him on. I'd love to talk to him. And number two would be Abraham Lincoln. I would love to talk to him. I would love to hear their thought process, what the reality is. That's a great question, and because I'm just a believer in that we miss so many things because it's been so many years, and they did so much amazing things. Whatever your beliefs are, whatever you think, they were so impactful in our lives overall, and so I'd love to interview them. I don't know about alive people, Lord. There's a ton. I'd love to have Mayor Dyer on. I think he's running screaming. It's all right. You can hide. I'd love to have. There was somebody that I met the other day that does a lot in the community, and I'm drawing a blank because I'm old, but it'll come to me about 10 minutes from now if you're old like me, and that's how things work. But there's so many great people in this city that I would love to have on. And that doesn't even count the musicians and the actors I'd love to kind of tap into and say, hey, what's up? What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
There's so much talent.
There's so much talent.
Orlando.
There really is.
Absolutely.
There really is.
They reach out and want to have a forum.
I know. Hey, Mayor Dyer, come on down.
Come on down. You're the next contestant.
You're the next contestant on the TED Show. Yeah, he is going to block me now. That's good.
Well, everyone reach out to Mayor and get him to come on.
That's right. Wouldn't that be awesome?
In his inbox today. So now that we're about 10 minutes or so into the show, I think it may be time.
Oh, is it time?
I think it's time. What
Okay.
do you think? You feeling good?
I think it's time. I feel great.
You feeling good? Okay, good.
Yes.
Because I know that our audience is on pins and needles.
Our audience isn't sure what's happening.
Yes,
First of all,
absolutely.
they're blinded. They had to put their glasses on so they could see because of my jacket.
Yes.
So they're trying to figure it out. I don't know why this went, so that's still going. So we're in good shape. So yes, let's talk.
Okay.
I want to talk about this. I'm so excited about this. Honestly, there's got to be a progression in everything that you do. There has to be you have to evolve. I'm never going to leave the TED Show because it's such a passion of mine. I didn't know that's what it was going to be August 7th when I launched 2017, but it's become such a passion. We're at episode 139 today. And so, but it has to evolve. So I want to keep that, but there are so many opportunities to grow. There's so many other things that we could do. And from that, and from all of the comments, and from everybody's wonderful, amazing feedback, I've kind of developed a program that actually once I put pen to paper.
Yeah, it just flew.
It just flew. And so I knew that was what I was supposed to be doing. That was the next natural step to the TED Show and to the whole brand, if that's what you want to call it. Because it is a brand. It's become a brand, and that's a whole weird word for me to even say, because most of the time I spend is self-deprecating because I find myself very humorous and all the mistakes that I make are humorous. But there is a brand here.
So what we were talking about before we went on the air was Ted has a new program that he is rolling out. You can go on to the tedshow.com right now on his website.
It's true.
And read exactly what the TED program is all about. But you telling me that you came up with this based on all of the people that you have met with over the course of your 30 years.
Correct.
And hearing from entrepreneurs and what they need in their business to help them to grow. And you put it pen to paper, as you said.
Correct.
And came up with a program.
The TED program. So I know there's not a lot of creativity here. Everything has to be named TED so I can remember what it's called. Yeah. That's the truth. But honestly, that's what's happened. So over all these years, people are like, can you consult with me? Can you help me? Can you advise me? How do you meet so many people? How do you network? How do you have a business plan? How do you write a business plan? What do you do? There's just so many amazing things that I've been able to accomplish, mainly because I had a lot of mentors and I had a lot of people that I turned to and worked with. And so this kind of evolved from that. And I've always wanted to do something like this. But once the show launched, people started asking me, all right, I'd love to have your advice, or would you sit with me and work with me to help build my business, to help build my brand? And, you know, at first it was a couple of drinks and I told them 2 or 3 things that I would do, but it wasn't as in-depth as it could have been.
So you wanted to formalize it?
I wanted to formalize it.
Okay,
That's correct.
And put it into a way that people could they could meet with you. This program, they meet with you. Is
Correct.
that right?
So this program actually, and we'll give you the program name and all of that good stuff in a minute. Not that you can't guess, but this program really goes against what most of you might think. Like, I'm not a phone person. And mainly because I want to be focused and present when I'm with someone. And so the phone tends to be a lot of niceties, and then 2 seconds later you get what you need, and you could have done that in a text or email. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity if you're really focused and really present to do a lot of good on the phone, to do a lot of, obviously to do a lot of good in person. But people are always emailing me and texting me, asking me for this kind of advice. And people also want to know how to do social media. There's this entire world out there that they are uncomfortable with, that I feel like after all of this time and all of this effort, that I can actually be beneficial to them.
Well, you told me that the TED program, TED stands for something.
All right, so that's the official name of the program, by the way. It's the TED program, and honestly, that's for ease for TED, because it has to have my name in it or I won't remember. And then program, I mean, we do a program every day here, so it made sense for it to be the TED program. But the acronym TED, believe it or not, just building on the brand, Thoughtful Entrepreneurship Through Discovery is what we came up with. So the whole thought process, and all my people are going to send me the smiley faces and do all of that. Honestly, that's what it is. That's what I do every single day. I try to think about what that person's needs are, business, personal, whatever it is. And then I know they're trying to build their business, they're trying to build their brand. Yes. And the only way to get to how to help them to succeed is through discovery. And that discovery is on my part, and that discovery is also on their part, because a lot of times you're your worst enemy, obviously. You're your blockade. It's not all of the other outside factors that you talk about. And so if you have somebody that you can talk to every week, you can talk to and really bounce ideas off, somebody who's a third party, somebody like me, who loves you for you, but wants you to succeed, but will also give you the tools that I've learned over the last 30 years on how to build a business, how to build a brand, how to succeed, how to do more with what you already have or what you're already doing.
So you're providing guidance and as an advisor role,
yes, in
their business. That's what I'm hearing.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Awesome. And you have steps to your program?
So I do have steps. We have 8 steps. Okay. And Yvonne is kind enough to have written them down, and if we want to talk about some of them. Yes, okay, so we have a little bit of connection problem, but it's 8 steps, 12 weeks is the basic program, and there's so much involved in me giving you the one-on-one. Like, you're 100% my focus for the 12 weeks, our calls, and even our meetings, and there's a lot. I didn't want this to just be your basic call in and that's it. That's all you get from me. You never hear from me again. You don't get any real stuff. And because you all know that I'm active in the community and have so many contacts and so many resources, you know you're going to get more out of that. More value out of that.
Absolutely.
I don't want this to be an infomercial, by the way. But I'm so excited about talking about this.
It's so huge that people will have access to your wisdom, your years of knowledge.
I have wisdom. You're so kind. Well, nobody uses that W word for me.
Everybody knows. Anyone who knows Ted knows that Ted would never say that word about himself. No. So I'm here to be your.
That's good.
You're
my real voice.
I am the voice. Because Ted is so humble, and you know how he is, but he needs to step forward in order to let you know he's here for you and he can help you.
True.
So he sat down I took these notes, and he said he was praying over this, he was planning, he was brainstorming.
It's true.
He was strategizing. A lot went into how he was going to formalize a plan that would help you. So
it's been such a blessing to go through that process. Absolutely. Because when people come to me, and I probably get 5, 6, 7 requests to have meetings, to sit down, to talk, can you help me with this, can you help me with that? And honestly, I want to be able to help everybody, but it needs to be in a way that's more formulated. I need to have and structured, because I'm running to one meeting to help one person and running to a different meeting, and there's been, all I know is the basic crisis management that I'm usually called in to help with. And if we could figure out a way, which is what we've done, what I've done, figure out a way to make it so that we aren't in crisis management mode all the time and we're actually building our businesses and doing it, we're ahead of the curve. That's sort of where it all came. But it really has come to fruition because all of you have been asking me for the past 4 or 5 months, can you help me? Can you do this? Can you do that? And so I wanted to formulate something where we could actually do it.
And the other thing you told me, we were talking before the show, I wanted to go on to the next thing that you're making yourself available. And this is like a formal announcement of your availability as what people have been asking you constantly for. And this is, I wrote it down, to be a speaker. People have always coming to Ted, well, how can I get you to speak at my event? To be an MC or a host of an event. Ted is available, but people don't know if they can approach him or what. So now he's saying, yes, you can approach me.
That's a great point.
That's something that I do and I provide. And also facilitating meetings, meeting facilitator. These are all roles that Ted that he can do for you, for your organization.
And I've been doing all along.
There's just been no formal
There's no formal way to ask unless you text me or message me. And so what I wanted to do is really put it out there that was something I could actually do. I could be a facilitator. I've been a facilitator many times. I could help with meetings. I could help with team building. I've always done that work, really since college. Started with Pete Fisher and peer advisement, and have just continued to do that kind of work with any kind of advisement or consulting, for lack of a better word. And so I like to host events. So I get asked all the time, Pete Crotty, I'm formally asking you to be my campaign manager.
Already.
I love when Pete pops on. Pete's like, Ted, love the blazer. Great topic. Thanks, Pete. So that's what I love to do. I love to be involved. I love to speak. And by speak, I don't mean speak at people and spew things. I mean really engage the audience. I was very blessed to work with the She Is Fearless this past weekend, and just be able to engage that audience and be part of it. That's what I like to do. I like to get the questions asked that people want to ask and really engage the audience. And so I know that it's hard for me to say, that's a talent, that's a gift that I have. And so I love to do that, and I want to let people know that I'll do that. I mean, a lot of times I get the shy, hey Ted, it's a day before, can you do X, Y, Z? Or I'll get it 2 weeks later, God, I wish I would have asked you. So now we're putting it out there. I want you to ask, and we are building a program around that. I already have a program, but I am 100% putting myself out there. Stacy actually knows this part. She's like, you could be available 24/7, Ted. So that's what she said.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
So what is the, very engaging. Thank you, The Ted Show. I appreciate that. Bob Lee, you're on. I love it. Well,
there's so many things that come from this, that the show has now spawned other shows.
That's correct.
And you have another highlight focused show that we wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Coming up with Russ Scala.
Yeah, so Russ Scala. So before I get to Russ, I want to really focus on these people because they're committing weekly to me and to the project. So I have a weekly show. There's one or two that have been on hold because of me. I need to figure out how to, thank you, Bob. I need to figure out how to get back into those programs. But the idea behind a weekly series is we have a topic that I think is important, or something that I've had an idea about, and then somebody goes, okay, Ted, I'll partake. So I have a weekly show with David Swanson, who is the head pastor, he'll kill me because I can't remember the exact title, David, for First Presbyterian Church, which I'm a member of downtown. And we have an amazing show about what happens next, or the next move, or it's basically, my idea was, I want to talk about death and dying. How do we make that palatable for people to talk about and that will actually engage? That has gotten so much response. We talked about heaven, hell, ghosts, and spirits this past week, and every week we're going to continue to do that and engage people, engage the community. I want to have on a Buddhist. I want to have on somebody who believes in Hindu, somebody who is an atheist. I want to have somebody who's a financial planner. All of the things that surround that, because we never talk about that. We never like to face our mortality. So that's one. I also have with Rupert Rupert is on. I think I saw him earlier. Rupert's amazing, and he's been very patient with me. A business planning seminar, a business planning weekly series where we are going through and really teaching people how to do their business plan. Do you know what the biggest challenge was for Rupert? I wasn't doing my business plan. I didn't write it up, and I pushed back on it, and I said everything else was more important. So I'm just as guilty as everybody else who isn't doing a business plan.
Well, now that you see the importance of it, you're saying, okay, I'm going to bring that into
Correct,
business.
Which is
Absolutely.
why we're going to start again the week of the 26th. But the Russ Scala, so Russ Scala has a book out called Biohacker, and I'm big into let's figure out how to heal ourselves. And Western medicine has its place, but I'm fascinated by all of the other medicines. I had Jonathan came up to me today and was talking about cryotherapy and just all of these amazing things. Even in Orlando, we don't know that we have. And so Russ really has been drilling it down, doing tests, working with athletes, large corporations, CEOs for a long time, trying to help them develop their own health plan. Because whatever Western medicine was doing was not working for them. And I'm an example of that. So I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease. But the doctors would never give me the pill because my blood work didn't match. I was hypo and hyper thyroid. So that didn't make any sense. And every time they did the blood work, it came out the exact same. So I have all these high antibodies, and if any of you have rheumatoid arthritis or anything autoimmune, you go in and you never know what your blood work's going to be, and there's really no good solution. So this is just one example of what. So he drills down to the emotion. We talked about my PTSD when I interviewed him. We talked about the stuff in your brain. And so what we want to talk about every single week are the things that
your doctor can't tell you.
That's right. What your doc, and Russ, I just took a little creative, artistic, what is it when you take the artistic, yes, thank you. Yep. Just a little bit, because we can change the show up, but that's basically it. What your doctor can't tell you, and that could mean many things. Yep. Your doctor can't because they don't know. Exactly. Your doctor can't because they really won't, or they can't because they have never run tests like that and they're not educated in that, because Western medicine is only slowly beginning to educate doctors and physicians and healthcare providers on how to do things. Maybe it's not all about the black and white in the box that we get.
And that's going to be on Tuesdays?
Tuesdays at 11:30.
11:30.
So we'll start next Tuesday, which is the, Lord have mercy, the 20th.
Yes, 20th.
Okay.
So that's.
I'm super excited about that.
You have enough going on. Should we?
No. There's plenty of coffee.
I have another thing.
That's correct. Oh, Mark's on. All right, Mark. I just want to tell you that we had a little trouble. Mark Hayes, I love you. We had a little trouble with the camera. My eyes are just a teeny bit above halfway. We played with it. We couldn't, and then the camera stand broke. But I love you for this morning's conversation, by the way, and I'm calling him out because he's an amazing guy. Yes. So we have another weekly series that we are launching. It will launch the week of the 26th, which is not next week, but the week after. And so I've been approached a lot by bars and restaurants, but primarily bars. I can't imagine why. Like, why would you ever approach me about cocktails? And they want, I'm totally. This is totally coffee. Yeah. I have been approached because we have so many amazing local bars. You look fabulous. Thank you, Mark. So many amazing local bars, local organizations, and I'm a big proponent of supporting local. And I want to go, the idea is every week, once a week, I'm going to go and focus on one of those bars. You probably will not have heard of it, or you certainly are not going to see it in a light that I'm going to present. And we're going to talk about a little bit about them, a little bit about the bar, a little bit about the history, and then we're going to try, hopefully just one. I'm Ubering and lifting, so don't worry, people. One or two of whatever their most creative cocktail is, or whatever they're known for, and signature drink. And the name of the show right now, the working name, is I'll Have Another. I got that. I'd love to say that is an original thing, but I bet on, with play money, I'll Have Another, who won the Derby race, which is coming up about 2 or 3 years ago, and I've always loved that. So yeah, we're going to focus on local establishments because it's all about giving your money back locally. And I'm not against chains. It's just that we have so many amazing people who put their heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears.
Craft cocktail is a science. They get the droppers.
It really is.
And, we recently were at Mather's.
I love Mather's. So Mather's is another one that's local. The owners own. Isn't that okay? Here
we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Listen, the Citrus Club. I got to figure this out. Anyway, so. That is the idea. Local establishments. Mather's we were talking about. Sorry guys, we've had a connection problem all day today and I don't know why. Mather's is amazing. It's a craft cocktail place and it's downtown and there's a lot of new places. Celine just opened. M Lounge, which I love. And a lot of people don't know about them because if you're not, and there's so many other places all the way Lake Mary, Heathrow, all the way south. Is that south? No, what is that? West, south or west. I'm terrible at this. That way, north, because I'm pointing north. Amazing places on I-Drive, and you all think it's touristy, but there's so many cool places that you can experience things at.
Ted's going to check them out for you.
I am.
He's going to do all the hard work.
It's going to be very difficult,
and
but somebody has to sacrifice.
Exactly.
So Diane said I'm going to be the Anthony Bourdain of the bar scene. That was good. I like that.
There you go. So we had enough today? Did we talk
I think we did it. We talk about enough?
I mean, do you need some more things on your plate?
I know, Tanette, it's freezing. It was crazy. I hope it's coming back. I hope you guys can see it. No, I think we're good. I'm excited about that.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to post, obviously, I haven't directed a lot of you to the TED Show website because we haven't been developing it, but we added this button today, and we really, really would encourage you to go on, reach out to me. I am going to reach out to the people who have asked me to work with them and advise them. We love you too, Shirley. And she did purple. I love it.
There's so much went into your getting this program ready to help people.
It did.
In a structured way over 12 weeks. And because of that, we really want to, well, Ted wants you to check it out. And I just wanted to support him with this announcement and let him know that this is something that I know in my business as well. People are looking for the guidance and to be advised on such matters, and both of us, that's what we do.
That's right.
In our respective fields. So.
And who wouldn't want to hang out with me? I don't understand. I'm kidding. Oh God, I'm going to get all the thumbs down for that one. But that's the thing. Like if you can find somebody that you can engage with, and obviously you guys have been very kind about engaging on the show, and somebody that you trust, which hopefully you do because of the show or because you know me, that's where you get that comfort level. Then you can actually dive in and do real positive work on how you want to progress and want to grow your business and your brand. So
we want to help everyone grow their
absolutely. That's the goal, right? You guys have amazing ideas out there. I get them every single day. I want to encourage you to do them, and sometimes it's hard to take that leap if you don't have somebody behind you and kind of helping you with it. So I love you guys. Thank you for indulging me today, and thank you for indulging us during all of the crazy trying to reconnect stuff we had at the Citrus Club. But please check out thetedshow.com. We're going to post all of the URL information, all the contact information. Thank you very much, Yvonne, for doing the interview, asking the crazy questions. And thank you, Diane, for being here. I love having an audience. And we will see you Monday. Love you guys. I'll have Darcel on.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Love you.